Last orders at the bar, please.
Welcome to Tavern Tales, a curated 5e Dungeons & Dragons adventure set in the tales of the Yawning Portal campaign module by Wizards of the Coast. Previously on Tavern Tales, our adventurers are in terrible combat with a were-jaguar. Alabama Johnson has attempted to use a magic bracelet, but it's backfired, and Alabama begins to turn to stone.
Come sit down and drink with the enemy, raise a glass and toast to the enemy, and I'm not gonna do this on my own. So come sit down and laugh with the enemy, raise a glass and sing to the enemy, and I'm not gonna do this on my own. So I won't end up being alone, 'cause I won't drink my drink alone. So what about you? One beer or two, I'll drink to you.
That was the Jaguar's turn. It is now Alabama Johnson's turn to make a saving throw.
With disadvantage.
But
Whoa.
I will tell you this. You know that extra 1 foot you needed to be? Well, guess what? The Jaguar hasn't moved because Maryland approached. You are standing there looking at the Jaguar feeding, it seems like, upon Maryland, while Florida Man stands on the other side. So you are definitely within the range of that +4 from
Hello,
your
friend.
Awesome.
So not a D4, +4.
Yep.
Feel my aura of protection.
Wow. Fuck
You
you,
failed
dice.
again.
You got a 2 and a 7.
What is it?
Oh,
Don't forget to spend blue gems to remove that disadvantage in the future.
Well, would have made a difference.
yeah,
I mean,
2 and a 7.
Those two dice interacted with each other. It might not have. That is a second failure for Alabama Johnson.
No, not in a row. It specifically says not consecutively.
Right, but you'll need to make 3s to 6s in a row
you
because
have
if you
2
make a
fails.
failure, that's 3 failures.
Oh, no. If you fail, you fail. You don't get, it's not either or. So I don't get the chance to make success rows after this. If I get 3 fails,
Yeah, it's
That's
all
it.
done
You're
with.
it.
Right,
Yeah.
but if your next one's a success,
oh,
You need
you get
2
to
more.
keep
That's what
going.
we're saying.
And if the
Yeah.
next one's a success, you get to keep going. And
Yeah.
if the next one's a success, you succeed.
it's not gonna happen.
So wait, what's the worst thing that happens if she fails and she's forever stone forever?
Uh-huh.
Until someone can dispel me.
Okay, yeah.
Things like remove curse, things like dispel magic,
Magic.
things like, did you read dispel magic?
I did. I misread it. So you were right. But I'm also worried about metagaming.
Can I remove curse myself?
Does it have a somatic component?
Let me check.
Penny, it's your turn.
Yeah, because I was just worried about metagaming because Penny didn't do that instinctively, the dispel magic, because she thought she couldn't. So more so, Allison thought she couldn't.
Right. Well, your character knows much more about the spell than you do.
Yeah. So
you
Penny's smarter.
casually play this character once a week
Yeah.
or once every couple of
But
weeks
Penny
or
is
once a month.
in this 24/7.
Exactly. What would you like to do with your turn?
I will dispel magic.
That is going to require a check in order to dispel it.
That was the thing that I wasn't understanding.
So this is a 6th level spell.
Mm-hmm.
So the difficulty is probably like a 16, I think.
It's a verbal component.
Just verbal?
Oh, verbal and
Oh,
somatic.
there's a somatic component. You got to move.
You have to touch.
Oh.
How long does it take to cast it?
1 action.
Okay, dispel magic has a verbal and a somatic component, so you're going to need to show me those things. Now, the DC is 10 plus the spell's level, so 16
Okay, yeah.
that you need to cast. You need to roll.
I would like advantage.
You want to roll with advantage?
Yes, please.
Well, that's a smart thing to do.
Yes, sir.
You need a 16 on this.
Yeah.
You're rolling with your skill set, so you not just need to roll a 16. You get to add things to this because
Like
you're
my
proficient
DC, yeah.
and your spell attack. So what is your spell attack?
6.
So that's
So
what
just
you
need
get.
a 10 or
You
more.
need a 10 or higher.
Yeah. Would you like my verbal component first or after?
And you have the spell slots available for this spell?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we had that rest, thank goodness.
Tell me what you say for dispel magic.
The best way to get rid of magic is with found scientific principles. Everybody knows that. So,
I don't believe in you, magic.
no, it's just you have to believe in both, and science is stronger than magic. Just suck it. Magic. So she is going to sing the few lines of the element song that she knows. She's going to do it a cappella because, you don't need instruments for this one.
Please tell me the really cool hand gestures you're going to use.
She just kind of waves her head like a wax on and a wax off in either hand. Yeah, that kind of motion while she's saying, I can't even do this. It's so hard. There's antimony, arsenic, aluminum, selenium, and hydrogen and oxygen, and nitrogen and rhenium, and nickel and neminium, neptunium and germanium.
You said it wrong. The spell fails.
I'm sorry, friend. The song's so hard. I should have gone slower. That was my fault.
You only have 6 seconds, too. So
Yeah, I did the first 2 lines right.
Okay, roll your dice.
Thank you. 20.
Dispel magic has been cast.
Uh-oh.
The spell ends.
But
The end.
instead,
Yay.
It speeds it up. Roll again.
roll that safe.
What you going looking through the book for?
So I just need to make sure when looking at this thing that it is in fact a spell that is being cast, because it is dispel magic only works on spells,
Oh.
and that it isn't something like remove curse that has to be cast. But the book literally distinctly says,
Oh, shit.
if such a creature save is successful, the bracelet breaks your attunement to it and casts the spell on you.
Oh, good.
So you start to depetrify.
Yay!
We gonna thaw you?
Thought you real good.
Anybody want a bracelet?
The bracelet is not attuned to you any longer.
It's like, nopes.
Yeah, definitely noped you.
Looks nice.
You are not worthy. So I'm going to erase it off my sheet.
Well, no, you still have it.
You still definitely have the bracelet. It's still powerful. You'll just have to reattune if you would like to. Maryland Jane, it is your turn, followed by Florida Man. You have a sexy jaguar beast on top of you.
I wouldn't mind under other circumstances.
You did just take like 8 points of damage out of you.
Yeah, some people like that. Don't
Okay,
judge.
okay.
No kink shaming here.
Does he have like a hug or like
Yeah,
what's
you're
going
definitely contained by the beast.
on? Cool.
Restrained.
So I have to grapple free?
Yes, you would have to break
Cool.
free of the grapple if you would like to do so.
I would like to do so.
Okay, let's try.
Okay. Just grappling off of her.
Yep, that's what it is.
Ooh, 13.
No, I win. I rolled a natural 17.
Well, shit.
You have 0 movement. What would you like to do?
So when you say 0 movement, I just can't move like
Correct.
physically anywhere, but my arms can still move.
You are still an individual. In order to attack the creature that has restrained you, you have disadvantage on the attack.
Okay. I was thinking when 0 movement, like 0.
You are petrified like Alabama Johnson. Moving on.
Cool. No, I would like to make a disadvantaged strike with my longsword.
Absolutely.
Cool. So I roll 2 of these things. Go with the lower one, right?
Yes.
These-
Sure.
These guys go. I hope they're red like blood. Come on. Nope, that didn't work.
You cannot get the sword across
right
to
angle.
do any damage to smash or slash the creature. All right. Anything else you'd like to do with your turn? You trying to help anybody?
Yes.
Oh, you're also all caught up in the rope that you were using to
Yeah.
it's in there as well.
I am, as my help action, going to try and use the fact that we're all tangled up to like further encumber the creature. So I'm like, well, if
Who are you helping?
I am helping. Who's next?
You don't need to help me because I'm.
Oh,
already
yeah,
at
you
advantage.
never-
Strong independent woman.
Florida Man says, I don't want your help.
I don't need your goddamn help.
I made a vow.
Cool. I am
I hate
going
this
to
guy.
help Texas.
How are you helping Texas?
I am going to try and like on the spot pivot a little bit so that the monster's back is towards Texas so that he
Sounds
has
great.
a nice, beautiful target there to hit.
Let's
Just don't
hope.
hit me.
There you go. I love it. That's
Cool.
great. Tex, you have advantage on your next attack. It is
Sick.
now Florida Man's turn.
All right. Jaguar dude's still in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to attack him again. And actually, just before I attack him, I'm going to cast Magic Weapon as a bonus action on my weapon.
On
my
what?
on my weapon. A Florida man, feeling like the blunt instrument that's in her hand is not useful, will be casting Magic Weapon. And to do that, all you have to do is touch the Magic Weapon. And so, as a vow of enmity,
You have to touch it, but you have to say something.
yeah, I know, I have to say something. I'm going to lick it.
Oh,
That's delightful.
It's more the blood that's already on it. It's kind of gross. And then I'm going to say, get this some bitch. Kyle.
It sounds really magical. I like it.
Kyle hates me every time I cast a spell. He's like, can't you help more? Can't you be more? I'll say, help me get this some bitch kinichaja. How's that? Better? Slightly? No? Okay. That adds +1 to the weapon, and it's also magical now. It's magical.
It surely is. +1 to damage, +1 to strike.
Ooh.
Okay, so 24 to hit.
Cool. That is, of course, it's a hit.
Okay, and then 1d8, and I will also cast Divine Smite again. 21 points of damage.
Nice.
Cool.
The first hit is like for color after the lick.
Roll your die first, and then
Another 24, and then I'm just going to do a regular hit this time. So this is only 11. So the first hit was like nice and powerful after the lick. Cross slash straight to the body. And then I did a little like pivot turn and a poke, which was the lesser.
it's not quite dead.
Damn it. Maybe I should have Divine Smited him.
If you had, it would be dead.
We'll get him next time.
Follow that, Tex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Follow that, some bitch.
32 points of damage.
I will just let 2 more arrows fly because I assume it's looking pretty what you call it?
Yep.
Did?
Pretty whoozits.
How many arrows do you have left?
5.
Oh.
4.
Okay,
Uh-oh.
go ahead. Roll it up.
Let's do it up because one of the attacks has advantage because of
Yes.
Nice.
Sweet. So the first attack 16 to hit.
I'm not even going to dignify that. At this point, you all should know that that's definitely a hit. I've said it enough.
I think it was 15. Yeah.
Oh, okay, sweet. Yeah,
Even 15 is a hit. 12 is a hit to look
Oh.
at.
Oh.
13 was enough to hit earlier.
Oh, yeah.
13.
We're not math wizards over here.
Or with any sort of degree of memory.
No, I don't have that either.
You know, this guy's kind of a wuss.
So first attack is
5 versus 1, to be fair.
6 damage.
Okay.
And then the second attack is 8 damage.
How many 5-year-olds can you take? He's doing okay.
What?
I don't know.
You're judging him too harshly.
Well, now he's not doing very much damage.
So, on the second strike, the second arrow punctures into the beast. Where?
I'm going to go for the lower right kidney.
And it hits
It's
the
a
butthole.
jaguar. You don't even know where that is.
I have animal handling too.
That's a basic ability. You don't even have it circled.
Yeah, I do. No.
Aaron, turn
Spends a
the
white gem just to know where the kidney is. Fine. You want to spend a white gem to
No.
hit it in the kidney. All right, you hit it in the back. It turns to human in Maryland's embrace. Fully human. Absolutely 100% a human creature and turns to stone. Maryland,
Help.
you're trapped.
Yeah.
His manly mandible is deeply biting your clavicle.
It's kind of hot, but get me out of here, please. Thanks. Wait, I can do a strength check. Can I break this thing? Or am I stuck? Stuck.
You're grappled, so you could make a strength check.
I'm going to try to break out of the stone guy.
Sure.
Cool. I'm going to do that. Come on, +4 strength. Do something. Frickin' finally. 23.
Cool. This is an athletics check, so what is that total?
Okay, buddy. 26.
That is a lot.
This is a charisma check.
Shit. +1.
So you you can break your way free. Describe that for me.
So as he starts to get hard, she's like, shit. She breaks his jaw off of her neck and lets that fall to the ground. You just hear like the jaw mandible clink, clink, clink.
Sure. 2 pieces of stone fall at this point to the ground.
And as his jaw is off, she takes his head and breaks that off. So she
Wow.
just starts breaking and just like working her way down, breaking all the pieces of stone off of her. So she just snaps the head, chucks it to the side, grabs one of the arms, snaps that off, chucks that down, and then finishes with, as she's like warming.
Well, you only get 1 action, so you're free,
Yeah.
and we'll move on. What is everybody else up to? Meanwhile, we're all watching Maryland break the lower half of the creature. What is everybody else up to? You're still coated in stone dust. To everyone else, you still look like you're stone.
I'm gonna go and try and help Alabama. I assume it's just on the outside, like a light, like stone skin or something like that.
Grayscale. Yeah.
Yeah. I start to like try to chip away at the stone.
Ow.
And then I say, ow.
Oh.
Oh my god! Ow!
Is this like a wipe away thing?
Stop it.
Tex, how many arrows did you miss with?
2? Yes, 2.
Please roll a survival check for both of them to see if they are salvageable.
Ooh, yeah, I got that. Yay! 18.
That one arrow is definitely salvageable.
Gotta do the other one.
Get the
Oh, I
other
have
one.
to do the other one.
Yeah,
Okay.
see if the other one is salvageable.
11.
The other one is, still salvageable. Here you
Sweet.
go. 2 arrows back.
Nice.
I'm going to keep these other 4.
So that when he turns back into a cat man, he's going to throw them at me.
Well, they are currently
In him.
in him.
and he's
Oh,
And he
I
is
see.
stone. Also, Maryland just broke a bunch of them anyway.
I have a feeling that was going to happen.
Sorry, not really.
The beast is dead. The room is silent, except for the falling of tinkling stone as a couple of people brush stone off of them. Well, there's a bunch of ripped up stuffies and a dead jaguar. Well, not even that. It's the statue is in pieces around the floor. There we are.
And is it a man now? It's a man statue in pieces?
It is pieces of a man, but not visibly so much anymore because Maryland has destroyed him.
I feel like we could have saved him.
Maybe.
Like if we hadn't destroyed him, we could have like spell magic
I
him.
mean, coulda, woulda. It's done now.
Didn't.
What?
Didn't.
That's my job. Back off.
Tex is going to bust out his paints.
Okay.
And he's going to start painting some arrows.
Okay.
And now Kyle and I
Are you
discuss.
skilled with artisans' tools of painting?
Yes.
Roll
Really?
roll a charisma to try and
I was
bluff.
hoping just kind of slide that one under the table.
Calligrapher's tools or anything like that from your background. What is your background again?
Outlander.
Yeah, you definitely don't have it. Okay, well, you're just going to be, you don't have proficiency with this, so you're just going to be using your base intelligence bonus to paint yourself some arrows.
Well, you're screwed. No.
How many arrows would you like to paint?
5, just for now.
Okay, yeah, that's going to take you about an hour, and I'm assuming why don't you describe for me what you're doing?
Tex pulls out the marvelous pigments, and what he does is he takes one of his good arrows that he has, and he puts it in front of him, and then he starts trying to copy it on the ground.
Okay,
Yes.
cool.
I don't know where to go from here. An hour passes, and Tex has made 5 perfect arrows.
Oh my god.
Praise be. Can I have a blue gem?
And my 5 new arrows.
Yeah.
I need you to make a check. It's an intelligence check.
Okay.
Just a basic check.
Okay. Basic check. Here we go. I want to talk about it.
How'd you do?
I got a 4.
A 4 total?
I know what an arrow is.
Okay. So based on your 4, do you want to describe for everyone what we see over the next hour as
So
text?
so the arrows aren't straight. They're kind of oblong, like one side, like one of the arrows, it's kind of like wavy in the middle. One of them, one side is longer and shorter than the other side. One of them, there's no head on it. It's just like a stick. One of them only has like one side of fletching.
One of them has 4 fletches.
Yeah, and one of them is just the head.
Okay, so you only needed a 5 in
Wow.
order to succeed at this,
I didn't.
to at least get a couple of arrows out of this whole entire process. So mark off your couple of square feet of paint that you've had to use in order to paint these arrows.
Saying 2 square feet total? Because I'm actually keeping track.
3 square feet total.
Okay. I have 4 pots. Okay.
All right.
Cool.
What's everybody else up to while paint is being...
Brutalized.
Like, he didn't clean up his workspace too, so he started to paint an arrow over a piece of rubble.
Yeah. That's why it's wavy in the middle.
Well, it doesn't work.
Penny sees this and will offered him a diplomat's pack, so she has nice things that he could use instead of paintbrushes to make nice thin lines, and hey, maybe you want to use a flat surface to as a ruler. And he's like, no.
Yeah. I got into the zone that people get into when they're doing
So
something.
let's be fair. Penny apparently didn't make any of these offers until an hour had passed.
Yeah, it's
and
a
now
hindsight
makes
thing.
some
Yeah.
offers.
I see you've had some problems with this.
I have things.
So what have you been up to while he was painting?
I'm just watching, dumbfounded, being like, yeah.
Is there enough room for cranberry?
Oh, God.
I don't know. What is Alabama up to for the next hour?
I think he's spending all of this time getting the little flecks of dirt and dust and stone out of every single part of him.
Sure. What's Maryland up to?
She is going through her pack and getting rid of useless things like the stupid rapier that she keeps pulling out and wondering why she's using it.
Okay. And what's Florida Man up to?
Thinking about cranberry. Being like, cranberry, you want to come visit? Cranberry? No? Okay. It's not really
For
right
an
now.
hour?
I mean, like, we're about to go into, like, more deeper into the dungeon, right? So it's like, this is the only time I could spend with him.
To be fair, you're not going deeper into the dungeon. You are working your way out of the dungeon.
Fair.
You're just trying to get back up to the surface.
It's like 2 steps backwards, 1 step forward.
All right, for the next hour. So if anybody wants to spend any hit dice, you've had a short rest.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Oh, I guess I could have healed people. I'm sorry. That was dumb. Just
Don't
sitting
waste
there
your spell
watching him.
slots.
I know. I was just staring at him painting
Thank you.
as well. It's well worth of that hour.
I'm going to cuddle in a bed made of stuffed animals. Broken and destroyed stuffed animals.
So I'll do a song of rest.
So over the hour, anybody who is spending hit dice to heal gets additional hit points from Penny's Song of Rest.
Yeah.
Please sing the Song of Rest.
Go to sleep and good night. Do 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 do.
So this is the song of 8-hour rest.
Yeah. I have a loop station and it just goes.
I was on a podcast recently and we're talking about being creative and being artistic, and everybody, when they're in the moment, especially doing improv, we all have a foundation upon which we can draw from. And that is our experiences, the creative works that we've experienced in our life, and the things that have inspired us that are rooted within us. I'm not judging, because everybody has a different size of foundation upon which to build their creativity pyramid, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just that yours is not as wide as other
You
people's.
don't
is.
like Brahms's lullaby?
You sang the first 2 parts of the nursery rhyme and then
I don't know the
said,
rest of the words.
Do to do.
I know the
It's
actual.
okay. We are all working on adding to our pyramid of creativity, and it's harder to build out part of the foundation. You have to go and read more things and learn more things and do more things and then practice this. I'm not offering you any judgment at all, because you're being as creative as you possibly can.
You all feel rested.
They are all going to roll an additional d6 with their hit dice that they choose to spend.
To get an extra d6.
I am back to full health.
So it's been an hour. All right, friends, let's just describe a little bit more about this room as we go along. It is an angular room with a whole bunch of doors. The door you came in has a door immediately to your right and then a little bit down the way to your left. A few things, though. One of these walls does not have a door. It has a giant wheel of stone that is in fact a calendar stone and would be ridiculously interesting to our archaeologist and anthropologist friends and people who like round stones.
I like round stones.
You are an anthropologist. I'm referring to Florida Man.
Oh.
I like round stones.
Why don't you like big round things? I don't know.
I like big round things and I cannot
There
lie.
you go.
Sounds like me.
All you other adventurers cannot lie.
So,
When a stone walks in with a round face.
It doesn't work. There's a lot of the round in that song.
if the room was a house, because it's shaped with like a big long wall, big long floor, another matching long wall, it then has like a barn top, like a 3-piece top. There is, you looking at the house now that I've drawn with my hand, right? There is at the top of the walls, that right before the roof, there is a door on either side of the house that we're painting in our mind, right? Then on the roof sections, there's also a door that comes off, but there is no door that comes off the top of the roof or a door that comes off the floor.
So we'd have to climb to get to these doors.
No, again,
Sorry.
I'm just drawing it out. Okay, so sorry, now I lay it down.
Okay.
And you're standing here.
Okay.
This is not as descriptive
That's why I was
as
like, why are there doors
It's
up
like
there?
a flat house.
Yes.
Side.
On the flat. Okay.
Like if you were drawing a house with a barn roof, that's what you would draw.
Okay.
Think the Wizard of Oz, but the house tipped over.
Did you get it?
Nope, not at all.
You couldn't see my little hand drawing? Like, here's the house.
I can see the house,
right?
but I can't put on this.
Okay, then a barn usually has like a flat roof, right? So it has the angle up, flat roof, angle down.
Okay.
Paige is going to draw it out. That's right. And now draw the rest of the house. That's the room you're in.
It's a half stop sign. And there is a door.
A door, yes.
There's
A
many
door,
doors.
And then
3 doors, right?
4 doors.
4.
But there's the one you came in.
I don't like this architect who did this.
It was me. I drew it on rubble. And
God
that's-
damn
Okay.
it, Aaron.
Now, at the roof is where that big calendar stone is. The top of the roof of the house that you've just drawn.
Which is not an actual roof because we're in a room, right?
Oh, so here.
In the triangular-ish part.
On the wall?
Yeah, on the wall itself is a big calendar.
So on the wall to our left.
You've all
Way
moved about
looking.
at this point, but from
Yeah.
the door you came in, yes.
Okay.
This calendar is a great wheel of stone, and it is carved from limestone. In the center of the calendar is a symbol of the sun surrounded with various sigils depicting the seasons of the year. The stone is 10 feet across and is mounted 5 feet above the floor over a stone altar. On the altar rests a ceremonial dagger of flint and a jade statue of a cat. At the foot of the altar is a stuffed cat, which is not there anymore because you picked it up and you ripped its head off. It was posed as if it was begging or attempting to catch something in the air.
It's one of those cats.
Alabama is going to go poke his head into each of these doors.
Just open and poke.
You've already poked your head in through one door and revealed a long corridor.
While you're doing that, I'd like to go check out the altar and do a history
Sure.
check.
Go ahead.
15.
Cool. Tell me something about this altar that was used by the Ullman people.
Well, the people who built it were not thinking. Like, the angular room is just, this is a terrible architect, honestly. You could tell that from the history. Just, it wasn't well planned out. But the altar is treated really nicely. So the altar is like pristine condition, despite how old it is. Like, hasn't been touched much because it's seen as sacred. You know, it's like other things are decayed, but it's not.
I'm going to also walk over to that same altar and check out the calendar on the wall.
Absolutely.
I am going to roll a religion check for that.
Okay.
Yeah, because that looks religious to me.
Well, Aja.
I don't know shit.
No, you do.
I know +5 worth of stuff, which would tell me that I think I know it all.
Yes.
This is clearly a calendar that they use to determine the soul cycles of the changing leopard skins.
Keep going.
Whenever the calendar reaches to the top, another one of the people that's within the tribe would turn into a leopard and would be forced into a path of a warriorship.
To be clear, Paige, Alabama even knows this is bullshit.
Yeah.
Continue.
Oh my gosh.
I enjoy this.
This calendar also depicts that during a certain time of year, there's a good time to harvest the mushrooms that grow in the local area and within the mountain here, or the
Okay.
dungeon.
That could absolutely be true. No one knows one way or the other, and the calendar actually doesn't talk about mushrooms at all, but that's possible.
They'd also use the calendar to dictate the reign of the rulers.
But like not REIGN, RAIN.
The rain.
Yeah.
Damn it.
And whenever those reigns would happen, they would therefore switch the ruler because that ruler was considered washed up.
Yes, and just so you know, it's a ruler like a yardstick.
All done with that ruler. It's all washed up.
Can't measure shit. Must have been what you used for your arrows.
It's like all
It's made out of soap.
and it's not straight on the ends. It's made out
Another
of
thing
soap.
that-
It's all washed up.
Another thing that they would do is they would remove this calendar from the wall and set it up on 4 pedestals and eat off it during a ceremonial cleansing of the body.
Okay, you totally believe that to be the case. That is like legit. But nobody else seems willing to believe that.
Cool.
Do you try to prove that this is what occurs?
No, we're not going through that ceremony right now. That's a long-ass ceremony.
They don't believe you that you could take the stone down and it would be the table.
Guys, no, really, like, you can just pop it off the wall.
I'd like to see that happen, please.
I would not.
Knowing Maryland's strength.
Oh, shit. It's not really an appropriate time to be taking it off the wall, as it has not reached the full soul cycle as you look at the top of the calendar. It is not lined up with the light on the wall. Ergo, cannot do. It's disrespectful. Sorry. There's a place and a time for everything.
Where are you, Alabama? Are you right there looking at the stone too?
Yep.
Okay. You can see that the stone actually hangs a couple of inches off of the wall itself. It's not directly connected to the wall. When you see behind it, you can see that it's connected by just a small rod and can actually be entirely removed.
So I do agree that it can be removed, but I don't think people eat off of it.
It's a giant lazy Susan.
I think you just served us a bunch of baloney, but it's okay. I get it.
I mean, it's not okay. You're an anthropologist. Like, this is pretty shoddy research. Did you get a bunch of pages in your textbook stuck together and read the wrong thing? Because I ain't heard of none of that. You out to lunch, and not a lunch you can have on a calendar. That's not a thing. You be crazy. Leave this stuff to me, an archaeologist, not an anthropologist. Doesn't know nothing about nothing.
All right, Penny has totally accosted you, Maryland.
As I do.
I'm trying to think back to when she fucked up badly before. I can't remember anything.
It's just because it doesn't happen.
No, it does.
You can't remember because it didn't happen. I'll spend a white gem to make it not happen.
Oh, boy.
That makes no sense because she said it in voice, in character. She literally just said, I spend a white gem to make it not happen. Is she trying to pay you off?
Take this diamond.
No.
Yeah, I might have fell asleep during that class.
I mean, that's fine, but you shouldn't try to disinform people about things. That's uninformed. English no good.
Misinform.
That's a good word. Shouldn't try to bullshit everybody. How's that for English?
Except that you're a Terra folks, so you wouldn't say bullshit. You would say something else.
You shouldn't Brontosaurus shit this. This is stupid. Brontosauruses aren't real. So that's why this shit doesn't make sense. I'm not taking it back. I keep it.
I don't want you to. You're adding to that foundation of creativity right there.
Brontosaurus shit.
What does Maryland do? She doesn't have to say anything.
She just looks at Penny, gives her the up-down look, shakes her head and walks away, and then goes to the calendar and starts
You're at the calendar, so yeah.
Yes, and then she turns her attention back to the calendar and looks behind it, seeing if there's a way to lift it up.
It is mounted by a small rod. Does not seem to be.
Is there any kind of a hole behind the calendar? You can
can't
pivot?
see very well to see how it
I'm going to try pushing the calendar and see if it pivots on that rod.
Sure, where are you pushing on the calendar?
The bottom right side.
Doesn't seem to be something you can push there. But the calendar stone does turn.
At that moment, or you can tell it can turn.
You can tell that it can turn.
It's mounted on that rod, so then could it not rotate on that rod? No? Am I not picturing this right at all?
I don't know what's turning. Are you turning the Wheel of Fortune, or are you
No, I'm
picking
trying to-
the whole thing up?
I'm imagining there's a rod and then it goes around like this.
No, the rod's much lower down on it.
Is it in the center?
It's hard to tell.
I mean, it was built by a crappy archaeologist. Or not archaeologist. What was the word?
Probably an architect.
Architect. Thank you. That's the other arc. That's confusing. There's a lot of A words happening today.
I'll tell you.
Yeah.
She's going to turn her attention to what was the other thing? There's
Just so you know, it does turn.
It does turn?
Yeah,
I'm going to
as
turn
I said. All right, you spin the thing.
I'm going to spin it.
Yeah.
Get a closer look at the glow star on the
Rotates.
top.
Make a perception check. Everybody but you. Anybody beat a 20? Cool.
But I'm skilled in religion too. Yeah, you don't care.
Okay, sure. You can have an additional +1 bonus. Did you beat a 20? Okay, then that's all that matters. How'd you do, Florida man?
I got a 13.
That's very good, Florida man.
Good job.
The stone calendar turns. Everyone can see the stone calendar turning. The two of you who are on this side of the table from me, Texas Walker and Alabama, you see that the sun doesn't turn with it, though.
Well, that's interesting.
And from your vantage point of turning it, you can't really see because the sun is a set thing. Cool.
The sun doesn't move.
It does not appear so. It does not appear fixed to that contraption.
Is the sun in the center of the calendar?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to Stop turning it and see if the sun is like a button or if the sun can turn itself.
Sun doesn't turn.
Does it press in?
You push on the sun?
Yeah.
Okay, you do so. Make a strength check. Everybody watch as Maryland Jane pushes on the sun.
Ooh.
21.
Cool. What do you say when you do it?
Think this thing needs some oil. It's really stuck.
A loud rumble occurs as a whole bunch of things shift and topple, and the stone falls forward onto Maryland Jane, crushing. No, just kidding. As the whole thing, but could have. As the whole thing slides on a pivot inside, and the whole stone, 10-foot wide diameter, opens up inside, revealing a secret tunnel behind you.
See, you definitely couldn't have eaten on that.
Raise a glass and drink with the enemy. Raise a glass and sing with the enemy. And I'm not gonna do this on my own. And raise a glass and toast to the enemy. Raise a glass and sing to the enemy. And I'm not gonna do this on my own.
This concludes this episode of Tavern Tales, a curated Dungeons & Dragons 5e game set in the Tales of the Yawning Portal adventure module by Wizards of the Coast. Our intro and outro music is the song Tavern Tales by the Bad Billy Band. You can find out more about the Bad Billy Band on iTunes or at www.badbillyband.com, or follow them on Twitter at badbillyband. Thanks for listening. Please feel free to leave us a review on iTunes or find us on Twitter at tavern_tales. We'll be back next week with more of the adventure.